Hello, listeners. It's me, Mr. Gerald Lord. Let me start by saying I know it's been over a month since you last heard from me. Almost 2 months, actually. And believe me, it wasn't intentional. But I'd like to believe the saying, distance makes the heart grows fonder, has a kernel of truth to it. And I'd like to think that you all are just glad to know I'm alright. In some ways, the saying distance makes the heart grows fonder is a theme of today. You see, I had wanted to start making more of these on a regular basis again, like I used to. But the world has a strange way of changing a person's plans. I have spent roughly the last month and a half, among other things, doing what I could not to lose my voice. And I'm not speaking in metaphors there. I'm being rather literal. For a while, I was feeling ill, and my voice was failing me. I have, of course, recovered physically. And in the past month, much has happened in the world. Unrest is brewing in certain countries, international disputes are ratcheting up, people are still getting censored, and a lot of these things, I want to talk about them at length because they're important. But not on this episode. This episode is a personal entry. It has a limited intended audience, as do all of these types of episodes. Really, it's just intended for the same one person as the previous personal entries have been. Honestly, given what I know, she's almost definitely not listening this time, which is both unfortunate but also fitting at the same time. It's fine though. I'll say my piece either way, and I'll let the silence that follows bury my words in the sands of time. It's strange, how time is constantly moving, ever shifting, and yet some events, some experiences, and even some people can have such an incredible effect on a person that it stays with that person no matter how long the passage of time. And I can't properly put it into words how much she meant to me. I've tried on past personal entries, but I don't think I've ever really done it justice. I miss her so much. I can't explain it, but since she left from my life, it's as if life has lost its color, its vibrance, its soul. Whenever I think about her, at some point it always comes to my mind that whether she meant to or not, she pushed me to be a better person. I think back to times when she challenged me to reconsider the things I believed in life. I think back to the times when she would invite me to try new things and seek out new experiences in the world, whether it was regarding trying out new food, going to new places, or just watching a new show. I think back to our conversations about so many different topics, ranging from the utterly serious to simple gossip. I think about our discussions about personal stories, and I even think about how at times she made it a point to tell me how she thought I wasn't funny. And naturally I would respond by saying I thought she wasn't funny. But somehow we managed to every now and then make the other smile and laugh by what we said or did, or both. I miss the sound of her voice. I know it's strange to point that out, but yeah, it made my day hearing her talk and finding out what she was up to. I would lose track of time just chatting away with her, whether it was in person or over the phone. There was a sense of closeness that I felt with her that I have never been able to replicate feeling towards another person. Not on that same level. And it wasn't always like that. This wasn't a feeling that just sprung up overnight. This happened over a long period of time. You see, my world wasn't just gray, and then she came into it and it developed color. She came into my world, and over time, she made me see the color was always there. Truly, I was at my happiest when she and I were close. And then she was gone. Taken away by someone motivated by vengeance at the time. Someone who once was callous enough, at one point, to consider the prospect of me taking my own life to be, quote, good. And even though it has been years since all of this happened, not a day goes by that she doesn't cross my mind. That's how special this person is to me. I think of her as the love of my life, and honestly, that's the most accurate way of describing how I feel about her. But she was more than that. She was a friend. She was an ally. She was even somewhat of a rival at times, because like myself, she had a competitive manner about herself. But ultimately, I care about her. And I just want her to find happiness. And even though every day that passes is a punch in the gut, because I'm reminded that this means finding it with someone who isn't me, and naturally that means some of the aspects of what we had can never be revisited. That doesn't change the fact that I still miss the other moments. The harmless moments. The innocent ones. The laughter. The happiness. But every time since then, when we've had but a glimpse of revisiting just that and nothing more, something always happens to end up right back with you being gone. I guess that's what it took for her to find happiness with another. I needed to become a distant memory to her. And she felt she needed to become one to me. In the hopes, I suppose, that I might open up to another. But unfortunately, only one of those things really ended up happening. Because here I am, after all this time, still thinking and talking about you and how I miss you. And how after all this time, it still hurts. But sometimes to love someone, you gotta be a stranger. I do love you. I still know this. After all this time. And I hope you do too. I don't know why I feel the need to say this, but I really hope you are sure that the choice you've made to find happiness with another is the right one. I say that not for my sake, but for yours. Because that's the thing about time. You can never go back once you've lost it. So you damn well better make it count. I want to end this installment by dedicating a song to you. And I know you have told me you don't think I'm a good singer. So it's actually fitting that you'll never hear any of this, but here goes. This one's for you. Is it getting better? Or do you feel the same? Will it make it easier on you now? If you've got someone to blame, you said one love, one life, when it's one need in the night. One love, we get to share it. It leaves you if you don't care for it. Did I disappoint you? Or leave a bad taste in your mouth? You act like you never had love, and you want me to go without. Well, it's too late tonight to drag the past out into the light. We're one, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, one. Have you come here for forgiveness? Have you come to raise the dead? Have you come here to play Jesus to the lepers in your head? Did I ask too much? More than a lot? You gave me nothing now. It's all I've got. We're one, but we're not the same. Well, we hurt each other, and we're doing it again. You say love is a temple. Love the higher law. Love is a temple. Love the higher law. Then you ask me to enter, and you make me crawl. And I can't keep holding on to what you've got, when all you've got is hurt. One love, one blood, one life. You got to do what you should. One life with each other. Sisters, brothers. One life, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other. One. Just the one. Take care.